It wasn't. I just put it on the way you gave it to me. Yeah. Well done, well done. Get in the paint, get in the paint. Nice move. Yeah, you're in the paint. There it is. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well done. You two are out here. You're partners now. You're on the same team. Face that basket. Face that basket. Nick, can you still compete a bit or not? Okay. So face the basket on this side, on this side. You're right behind them. So you two are on offense. Let's get two on defense. Balls we're not using go under a bench. Safety, safety.
Where are we going?
In a straight line. Offense, defense, offense, defense. Beautiful. So the first concept we were working on was B1. Beat one defender. Beat one defender. So you're going to toss the ball off the backboard, get your own rebound. Just toss off the board, get a rebound. Okay. You can pick either alley. So the alley goes from white line to green line or white line to green line, and you're going this way. You and your partner, we're going full court. So pick an alley. Just walk out. Okay. So if he picks that alley, you're his teammate, you go to the other alley at the same level of the ball. All right? You guys are matched up. Start just walking down the floor. If you beat your defender, there's going to be a help defender. We call this E2. Whenever you have engaged a second defender, whenever you engage a second defender, pass the ball to a teammate. Now you're going B1. And if you can beat him and get to the rim, you're going to do that. If you get by him and there's a help defender, so recover, and there's a help defender, E2, pass to a teammate and look to score. So we call this B1, E2. Beat one defender. When you engage a second defender, pass the basketball. Pass the ball. Come on back, gentlemen. Here's what your players are going to do a lot. They're going to treat this like a passing drill. It's not a passing drill, gentlemen. All right, it's not a passing drill. It's a B1, E2 drill. And what's going to happen is a lot of your kids are going to get a rebound and start dribbling and think they got a pass. Not until you've beaten one defender. You must go B1 first. So you guys are going 2-on-2 down and then 2-on-2 back. As soon as they're done, the next four are ready. If you want to be in the same colored shirt, that's up to you. It doesn't matter to me. As long as you know who's on the same team. Go offense, defense, and you're going down and back. Okay, B1, E2, here we go. Beauty. Good. Good. Beat him. Beat one defender. Beat him. There you go. Good. B1. Yeah. Throw it in. Throw it in. Throw it in. Throw it in. Go. B1. Beat one defender. Beat him. Beat him. Beat him. Beat him. Beat one defender. Next four should be ready. B1, E2. Beat one defender. Nose on your team. Here we go. B1, E2. There we go. Beat him. Beat one defender. Yeah. Well done. Throw it in. Go. B1. Beat one defender. Beat him. Well done. Okay, just hold on for a sec. Hold on. So those guys executed a great dribble handoff. A lot of you may not have taught that to your kids yet. If you haven't taught it, we will be doing it later, all right? But that was a great action. If this was a little bit later in our season and we would have already taught a dribble handoff, we would have got excited about that. Even though the guy with the ball did not beat his one defender, he executed an action that's part of our toolbox, all right? Here we go. Beat one defender. Beat him. Beat him. Beat him. Nice. Yes. Well done. Well done. Throw it in. Here we go. B1. Beat one defender. Yes. Damn. It looks to me like that's part of their offense. Okay, here we go. Next four. Here we go. B1, E2. B1, E2. Yeah. Beat him. Beat one defender. Nice. Good defense. Hey, here we go. Should be ready. Should be ready. Some guys get cut for that missed layup, eh? Yeah. Beat one. Beat one defender. Beat him. Beat him. Nice. Beat him. Well done. Well done. Well, go. 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 Look up. Beat one defender. All right. Let's get that ball. Hold it. Let's get that ball out of the way. Okay, hold on now. Let's get 3 players on offense and 3 players on defense. I know. Some of these guys haven't taken math before. Yeah. You want? So now, you two have the same job, the 2 alleys. So you pick whichever alley you want, Nick, and you got the 2 alleys. Your job, as soon as you know your team has a rebound, and you'll know it right now, get to one corner or the other. Doesn't matter which one. Pick a corner. Here we go. B1E2. Stay in the alley, Nick. Stay in the alley. Oh, yeah, all day. Nice. Throw it in. Here we go. Get to the corner. All right. That's all right. Good shot. Good shot. So coming back now, coming back in transition, get to the corner. All right? Get to the corner. Make sure you know who's on your team. Okay, hold up just a sec. One of the reasons, coaches, we get to the corner. One of the reasons we get to the corner. That's where the number 1 spot is on the floor for scoring percentage from the 3-point line. The number 1 in the game of basketball, 3-point shot comes from the corner. So if you're a 3-point shooter, get there, because that's where you want to shoot from. So on that last transition, you went about half speed, young man, you went about half speed, 3/4 speed to get down there, sprint down there. We want you to get down the floor quickly. Here we go. Good, B1 defender. There you go. Oh yeah. Good B1, well done, well done, well done. Well done. Nice move, nice move, nice move. Here we go. B1E2. Get to the corner. Stay in the alley, Nick, stay in the alley. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Just go with it, just go with it. Here we go. Nice move, yeah. B1, next group. Okay, hold on. Let's get one more white shirt. Hold on, hold on, hold on. One more white shirt, one more blue shirt. One more white, one more blue. White's on offense. So you guys have the 2 alleys. All right, you got 2 alleys. You guys have the 2 corners. You get to pick whichever corner you want because you're closest. All right, you pick whichever corner you want because you're closest, and you've got to make a read and pick the other corner. B1E2, here we go. Good luck. There we go. Yeah, turn the corner. Turn the corner. Ah, right idea, right idea. Next group. Here we go. Good. B1, B1 defender. Good luck. B1, nice B1. Well done, well done. Good. B1 defender. B1 defender. Boom. Beautiful. Here we go. Oh yeah. Nice. There it is. Good shot. Here we go. Good luck. Bam. Get a drink, gentlemen, get a drink. So this is normally, I forget what page in that booklet, 23. Who's got that booklet there? Oh, you got the booklet? So I think it's page 23. Let me see if that's the right one. Hey, you're writing in my book. Oh, that's your own book. Oh, I'm sorry. Is it 23? Yeah. So on page 23, that's a suggested outline on how we would teach all these concepts. So we start with B1E2. Notice it has either A phase, B phase, C phase is all there. Then we'll go full court now. Well, that was full court down and back. Now we'll do a mini scrimmage with these guys. We'll get 2 teams, all right, and then we're just going to keep adding actions. The only thing we've done so far is B1E2. So as a coach, that's the only thing I'm going to be giving them information on, is B1E2. They've been doing some handoffs and a bunch of other stuff. That's fine, because they've been doing it already, all right? Nick! There you are. I thought you were over there. I need 2 teams.
Okay.
We need one more to go white.
Here we go. Okay, Caleb's what?
Let's get 5 players on the perimeter facing this basket. 5 players on the perimeter facing that basket. Let's get the blue players on the perimeter. 5 blue players anywhere on the perimeter. They'll get white on D. And then we got some subs, that's all. We got subs on either team. Gentlemen, after we teach a concept of some sort, and all we've done so far is B1E2, you guys are executing some dribble handoffs and stuff, which is totally fine. We're going to get to that later as well with everybody. And then we go into a scrimmage of some sort, all right? So we're going to call this first scrimmage, it's a mini scrimmage, half full full. We're going to start here in the half court. We're going to go full court, full court. So if you were my young basketball team, the only thing we've covered so far is B1E2. That's the only thing I'm going to give you information on B1E2. All that other stuff doesn't matter. Please do not run your offense, horns and all that kind of stuff. Don't do that. Just go B1E2 for now. That's all we're doing. Okay, here we go. Oh, hold it. So the half full part, we're starting here in the half court. We're going full court, done. Here we go. Good shot. Nice shot. Here we go. B1 defender. Well done. Here we go, Nick. Well done, Nick. Yeah. Watch that stage. Reagan, how's your heart? Did you lose a beat?
Same knee right there.
Now, White, you're on offense. Blue, you're on defense. Okay, hold on. And I say this to all my players as well. You guys sub in on your own. I'm not going to tell you when. So after every time we do a transition, make sure you sub in. So you should be in already. Are you a rookie? Yeah, well, you sit down then. Rookies are supposed to stand up and go, I'm ready. And then the vets will say, no, you're not. And you go, yes, I am. All right, here we go. Nice pass. All day. You just took an assist from Nick. Reagan, your guys like to shoot a lot. Blue on offense. Don't go anywhere yet, Nick. Now we're going to look at spacing. If you look at the very front page of that little handout you got tonight, there's a little diagram there about some spacing. If you look at the elbow and bring the ball or bring a line outside the elbow, so just inside that where this red line meets, this is a guard position. So probably anywhere near the green and white here. So Nick, guard position, we got a guard position on that side. If we look at this hash line on the side of the key, look at the hash line, go outside the 3, that's a wing position or very close to it. You're a little bit high, but that's okay. Same with here. You're right in line with the rim. That's a corner position. And then our last position that we're going to go over is what we call the sweet spot. There's more than that, but that's what we do with our young teams. Sweet spot is directly under the basket. I want you to move up to the wing, please. The distance between these two players, these two players, these two players, these two players, give or take is about 15 feet. We call that a single gap, called a single gap. I want you to move to the wing and you to move to the corner. Now the distance, stay there, Nick. Now the distance between Nick and his teammate on the wing is what we refer to as a double gap. Whenever you have a double gap, it's so much easier to get to the rim in a B1 situation. So now Nick's got that whole side of the floor where he can get to the rim. So we're going to be talking about double gaps for the rest of this evening. So right now when we come down the floor, we want the corners filled, we want the wings filled, so the guy with the ball is a double gap and he can try and get to the rim. If you're driving to the rim, just walk right now. If you're driving to the rim and there's help by a rookie, you kick it out to a shooter. Boom. Nick obviously doesn't think you're a shooter. That's okay. That's up to him. That's up to him. Without telling you you're not a shooter, yeah, his language said that real clear. Or what he might have been looking at was pass to the corner and then one more pass. Where's the number one shot in the game come from the three-point line? Highest percentage. The corner. All right, so if you got that shot, you take it. All right? So if you give it up to him, that's a lower percentage shot. The corner's number one. I know. So, gentlemen, we're doing half full, full again with a double gap. Here we go. Yeah, Nick, well done. Yeah! B1. Wings and corners. Oh, yeah. Wings and corners. Wings and corners. All right. Good double gap. Nice double gap. Well done. It took a while for the white team to get a double gap, but you got a double gap. It took you a while, but you got one, and you drove to the hoop. All right? Yeah, switch it around. Hold it. Yeah, make sure on the wing. Yeah, get down a little bit. Give him a good double gap. Here we go. Job, Rook. Here we go. Corners and wings, corners and wings. Use your double gap, use your double gap. Yes. Well done. Good rebound. Double gap, double gap, double gap. Good shot. Good shot. Here we go. B1, B1, B1 defender. B1 defender. Get to the corner, get to the corner. We went over, here, ball please. We went over that ahead of time. You're right here. The reason we went over it ahead of time so we could demonstrate to the two of you. Single gap or double gap? Single gap. All right. And you tried to drive to the basket in a double gap, and in a single gap, what happened? That defender stole it. That happens all the time. If you got kids trying to get to the rim in a single gap, the ball's getting stolen, almost always. So we want to attack double gaps, all right? We always attack double gaps. Get a partner and a ball. Partner and a ball. Partner and a ball. Nick, right guard. Your partner, left guard, left guard, left guard. Go, fellas, down here. Stay behind the green line, except you guys are fine. Now we're going to start adding actions, all right? You've already shown that dribble handoff, but we'll get to that as well. But here's the actions that we're going to do. Anytime your kids make a pass, when they pass a basketball, go ahead, Nick, when they pass a ball, they cut to the rim. If he's open, give it to him for a layup. I don't know, he looked open. I didn't see any defense stopping him. Let's go again. Ball here. Pass and cut. Pass, cut, layup, and then you're going to switch lines, all right? So half of you are down there, half of you are here. Listen, ball is on the right guard position. If you don't have a ball, left guard. Go, 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 go. Pass, cut, layup. Here we go. Pass, cut, layup. Pass, cut, layup. Pass, cut, layup. Pass, cut, layup. Beautiful. Okay, hold the ball. These guys will pick it up real quick. Some of your kids might take a while with this next thing. And that is trying to get them to make decisions, solve problems, be critical thinkers. And that is this. I will give my players a position on the floor where I want them to do this same activity from, all right, but I won't set it up ahead of time. I'll just tell them to do it, and they got a problem, solve, and fix it. These guys have it fixed in a heartbeat. Well, one or two guys who skip classes might not get it real fast, but the rest of them will. And that is this. If you have a basketball, you're in the left wing, and if you don't have a ball, right wing, right guard, go. Basketball, left wing. If you have a basketball, left wing. If you have a basketball, left wing. If you don't have a ball, left guard. So, if you notice, coaches, every one of these guys have been skipping class, all right? If you have a ball, you're on the left wing. If you don't have a ball, you're in the left guard. Same drill, go. Same drill, go. Pass, cut, layup. Yes. These guys went to class. Pass, cut, layup. Pass, cut, layup. Pass, cut, layup. Yeah. Pass, cut, layup. Pass, cut, layup. If you have a ball, right wing. If you don't have a ball, right corner. Go. Let's go, let's go. Same drill. Same drill. Pass and cut. Pass and cut. Pass and cut and travel. Pass, cut. Get to the corner, get to the corner, get to the corner. Pass, cut, pass, cut. If you have a ball, right guard. If you don't have a ball, left guard. Hang on to it right now. Right guard, left guard. So coaches, we're just adding actions now. And part of what we said when I just said right corner, right guard, or whatever, is to get players now problem solving. These kids have missed a lot of classes, all right? That's why they couldn't get it at the beginning. Guys, go to class, go to class. Right guard, Nick. Come on, Nick, you're making me look bad. Left guard. Just inside the, yeah. All right, Nick, okay, let's say there's a player here. Come over here. No, Nick, you're good there. Sorry. Anyone stand here. All right. Single gap or double gap? I'll ask my players. Single gap or double? Single. Single gap or double? Single. Watch this. Nick, make a pass. He's not open. Cut. What do we have now? Double gap. So we just created a double gap. So Nick's going to cut. You're going to fake a pass. He's not open. So if you're not open on a cut, you've got to get your head under the basket. What do we call this position? Sweet spot. Then exit to the corner. And as Nick goes, as you fake that pass and Nick comes through, you go B1, attack the double gap. You got a layup or a dunk, either or. So layup. We'll take the layup. Yeah, layup. You're right, layup. All right? So that's what we're doing now. Pass, cut, not open, sweet spot corner, B1, get to the rim. Here we go. Here we go, here we go. Okay, hold the ball, hold the ball, hold the ball. You guys aren't my basketball team. Hey, rookie, quit being a rookie and get in your line. So when I said go, all right, no one was ready to go. So if you were my basketball team, all right, and I explained what we were doing and I said go, and we weren't going yet, we get to work on our strength, which is push-ups or whatever, and then those push-ups help you become stronger, and this is how I explain it to my players. And when you become stronger, you got better range, you can shoot farther from the basket. So if you guys want to make mistakes, that's okay, because you're going to get stronger. All right, are we ready? Go. Yeah, get to the corner, big man. Get to the corner. So the cutter who's cutting, if you don't get the ball, get to the corner. A couple of you just left the key and circled up because you're going to the next line. Do the drill properly. Get to the corner. Here we go. No, he's not open. Not open. Good. Nice layup. Good shot. Yeah. Beautiful. You saw that coming. Now we add to that. Our number one offensive priority is what? Get into the key, get to the rim, attack the rim, attack the rim. So you're going to do your pass, hang on. You're going to do your pass, you're going to cut, you're going to fake that pass. He's not open, sweet spot, exit to the corner, B1, get into the paint, but you're not open. You're going to land on 2 feet, kick it out to the corner for a 3. Thank you very much, Bob's your uncle. Bam, oh man, make me look bad. Nick, I need to use you next time on that. Yeah, here we go. Pass, cut, not open, drive. Kick it out. Yes, 3-point shot. And the number one 3-point shot in the game comes from the corner. So a lot of times when we run our actions, we will turn it into a shooting drill from the corner, because that's where a good position is to take that 3 ball from the corner. Hold the ball. And another way to speed things up, a coaching technique, is to measure a drill. And there's a 1-pager in there on measuring a drill. Measuring a drill means you keep score or you keep time. So watch how the speed will change in this drill. The first team to make 5 baskets first from the corner wins. Go.
Go, 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 go.
Uh-oh. Five here, you guys got 5 push-ups. What a great day today is. You'll thank me later for getting stronger, all right? Keep that ball, Nick. Balls away, please, gentlemen, balls away. Do you need a drink yet? Do you need another drink?
No, we're fine.
Okay. 5 blue shirts outside the 3-point line. In your positions, guard positions, wing positions, corner positions. 5 players, 5 white defenders. Stay there, Nick. Stay there. Give the ball here. All righty. Does Nick have a double gap? Ooh, those who said no, take a look on this side. Maybe?
Nick has a double gap.
Guys, go to class. All right? So there's no one, get in the corner. All right? There's no one in this position. So yes, Nick has a double gap on this side of the floor. No double gap on that side, but you're not going to get a double gap on both sides. All right? So Nick has a choice. He can attack if he wants to and go B1 because he's got a double gap, or he does his pass and cut. Let's just walk through this. Do a pass. Nick cuts. Now you can fill. You come up to the wing. Beautiful. All right? Nick, you don't get it. Get to a corner. That one's filled. So you come to this one. Stay on your other guard position. And if you are going to dribble, you're going to dribble to the rim only because we haven't added the dribble handoff yet. But we will be. Come up to that guard position. Now, before he arrived to the guard position, you had a double gap. You can take that double gap, and you just got to just hesitate a little bit. If he doesn't use it, then you get up there. Ball comes here. Pass and cut. Use your double gap. If you don't use it, then we fill. Then we fill. He's allowed to use his double gap. We say this player has 2 seconds. So if you're the person who's going to fill, wait 2 seconds. If they don't use a double gap, then fill. And then we become a passer again. All right? So if you have a double gap, great. If you don't, doesn't matter. We're going to go half full, full times 2. Starting in the half court. Full, 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 full. Are we good? Yeah. We're looking for double gaps, B1, E2, or pass and cut. Here we go. Pass and cut. Oh, yeah. Well done, well done. Throw it in, throw it in. B1. Good. Not there. Here we go. Good. Pass and cut. Nice cut. That's all right. It's a good shot. Throw it in. Let's go. Throw it in. Good defense. Travel, blue ball. Nice double gap. Nice double gap. Corner. Good shot, Nick. Travel, blue ball. No, we're going twice. Wasn't that just once? Well, that travel didn't count because you never did come down there. Am I right or wrong? I could be wrong. I'm old. Yeah, but they never did go that way.
Because he traveled.
White ball. Hold it. No. Starting the half court. We're starting in the half court. We're starting in the half court. I definitely, coaches, help me. Was that once or twice? Just once, right? That was once. Reagan, ration their pizza tonight. Ration the pizza. I was right. Okay, here. Rookie. Up here. This side of the red line. Good.
Yeah, right there.
Hold on. Does he have a double gap? Yeah, he's got a double gap, so he can go left if he wants to. Nick won't let him. Or he can pass and cut. Here we go. Oh, listen. Half full, full times 2. Go. Almost. Good. Cut. Cut. Here we go. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Good ball movement. Good shot. Good rebound. Give him a double gap. Good. Pass, cut. Get to a corner. Here we go. Here we go. Nice look. Good drive. Yeah, big man. It's all right. Give him a double. Pass, cut. Good cut. Good shot. Gentlemen, even if you hand off the ball, we're going to consider that a pass. So if you hand it off, get to the rim, exit to a corner. Here's what we like to do. Listen up. After a scrimmage, so we just did a little mini scrimmage, which is D phase, we like to do a debrief. Debrief in there, I forget what page it's on, 20-something. ABCD, debrief. Someone tell me what page that is. So the debrief works like this. It's ABC. Coaches, you'll see in there, there's a D, and I'll tell you what the D is later. Players don't need to know the D. ABC is when we do a debrief. A is something you agree with, something that worked. B is build on it, which is why did it work? C is what do you have to correct or fix. And the reason we go A, B before C is we want our players to start building positive images on what we want them to execute. If we were to say debrief, right away players get together and they'll start talking about what they did wrong, I missed a shot, bad spacing or whatever. If we do ABC, what worked is A, what you agree with. A is agree. B, build on it. Why did it work? C, a challenge or what do we have to correct? And all you have is 45 seconds to do a debrief. Why 45 seconds? Because in a game, that's how long a timeout is. After 45 seconds, your good or bad referees blow the whistle and you got to get out there and play again. All right? So, white team together, you got 45 seconds, debrief, ABC. Blue team, debrief, ABC. Come on, blue, let's go. Let's go, white. Debrief. You'll find the first, depending on how the age of your kids are, the first couple times they do a debrief, they're not going to say a whole lot. And then you might have to step in and get them talking a little bit. But as you back away, if you watch these guys, they're all talking. And if not, they miss too many classes, all right? But they should be talking, and your kids will talk. This is a real powerful technique to build their basketball IQ, and they start talking about actions. They talk about double gaps, single gaps. B1, they start talking basketball. Okay, partner in the ball, partner in the ball, partner in the ball. Do you need a drink? You want a drink? Partner in the ball. Nick, right guard. Partner without a ball, left guard. And I'll ask this to my players. I'll say, what do you do after you pass? You cut. Or you could pass and pick. So pass, come and set a pick. And then you guys execute a pick and roll. Boom, pick, roll. You either got your layup or you pass to your teammate. Let's do that again. A little bit quicker. Pass and pick. Now we give kids a choice. I can pass and cut or pass and pick. And it's a pick and roll. Beautiful. At both ends, here we go. Pass and pick. Yes, right now. We'll change that in a moment. Boom, pass and pick. Pick and roll. Yes. Pass and pick. Pass and pick. Whoa. Pass and pick. Pass and pick. Nice pass. Great pass. Okay, hold the ball. As a player, you pass the ball, go ahead and set your pick. When you set your pick, when he uses the pick, start using the pick, you can roll or pop for a three-point shot. It's up to you. Yeah, that's you. That's you all day, I can tell. All right? So with your players, now we let them make a decision. Do you want to roll or do you want to pop? It doesn't matter. So let's watch these guys. Pass and pick and pop. Pass, pick, attack. All day. Bam. We should have let the other big man shoot. He's the one who wanted it. I know. Okay, here we go. Pass, pick, and pop. Pass, pick, pop. Beautiful. 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 Yeah. Good pass, good pass. Oh. Now we're going to add to their toolbox. This time when you pass, take 2 or 3 steps like you're going to go set a pick and then slip to the basket. So instead of pass and cut, and instead of pass and pick, It's pass and slip. Pass, step or two, slip. Thank you very much. A little early on that pass. Let him slip first. Here we go. Pass, slip. There you go. Pass and slip. Yes. Pass and slip. Boom. Pass and slip. Nice. Nice, nice. Pass and slip. Back again. Go again, Nick. Here's the last one we're going to do in this series. It's called pass and get. Pass and get. You're going to pass the ball. You're going to go get it back by going to the other side of Nick. Go to the other side of him. Nick will give it to you. All right? Now you can either get it and just keep going to the basket, or Nick will set a pick for you. So you get it back, and then you guys can execute a pick and roll or a pick and pop. Either or. It's up to you, Nick. Let's start again. This is pass and get. When you get the ball, get it on the other side. Now, what we tell this player to do is, you know it's going to be a get, so when you get that basketball, you might want to do a jab, you might want to do a shot fake, because you know what he's going to do. If you just turn like this, everyone in the gym knows. We don't want everyone in the gym to know, all right? So you be a ball player, pass, get, good. You can keep going, beautiful. Nice. Okay, here we go, pass and get. Pass and get. Pass and get. Now you can do any of those 4 looks in the series. Pass and cut, pass and pick, pass and slip, or pass and get. Do any of the 4, mix them up, go. Mix them up.
Whatever you want.
Exactly. Yeah, big man. Nice pop. Good pop, good pop. Yeah. Yeah. Boom. Get a drink, fellas. Get a drink, and then we go back to 5-on-5. Get a drink, get a drink, get a drink. So we keep adding actions to the toolbox. When these guys scrimmage next, when they pass the basketball, we don't know what action they're going to do. But if we've taught 4 of them, which we just did with these guys, they can do any one of them that they want. We don't care. So as a coach, we know they're going to play within our style of play. We just don't know what action's coming. We got more actions that we're going to add, and that's the whole idea behind style of play. If you watch basketball on TV right now, especially the highest levels, NBA or whatever, you don't know what they're going to run. They don't know what they're going to run. Unless it's after a timeout, then they almost always have a play. But before that, you don't ever hear them calling 1, 2, blue, orange. They just play based on principles. And we're trying to bring that style of play into kids.
Just a quick question. Going from here right to the script, to, let's say, each defense with the cutting.
Yeah.
Kind of teach them the thinking around, knowing when to cut.
Yeah. That's a great question, is why don't we add defense first before we go to D phase, all right? Which, you can do that. We'll do that next. So we're gonna go 2-on-2 live, which would be C phase. So we taught it in A. The reason I teach it in A, it goes by quicker, and in a coaching clinic, we just try to add to your toolbox. But what you're saying is very important. If we're teaching kids, maybe we do a C phase drill, 2-on-2 live, before D phase. Whatever works best for you. So we'll do that. All right, we'll do that. Okay, here we go, fellas. Nick, who's your partner?
My partner is
You need a partner.
Neil.
Neil, your Nick's partner? Who's Neil? Oh, you're Neil. Sorry, Neil. Remember me from last year. Nick, you need a ball. Neil, you're in the other guard position. Let's get 2 defenders. Yeah, hurry up. Tell them.
Oh, this is free.
This is free? That's awesome. I love that. All right. So now we're gonna execute. You can go B1, E2. Obviously, you got double gaps all over the floor, or passing actions. So when you do pass, all right, you got 4 choices. And here's what I'll ask my players. We'll see how many of these kids went to class. What are our 4 passing actions?
Pass and cut.
Pass and cut,
Pass and screen.
pass and pick or screen, pass and slip.
Pass off one. Go get.
The handoff one, yeah, pass and get, all right? So he's gone to most of his classes. Nick's gone to all his classes. That's really good. Okay, remember how I answered defensively, like I said to my players? Ask that question again louder.
Are we switching anything, or do we
On defense, and my answer with my players, I go yes. All right? Yeah, which means I don't care. Yeah, so right now I don't care. Just however you want it. So if I haven't taught defense yet and my kids ask me a defensive question, I go yes. And they go, oh no, I want an answer. Yes, I gave you an answer. All right? Which makes no sense because he still doesn't know what to do. I don't care. Just play defense. All right? Let's watch these guys go 2-on-2 live. Good pass. Nice little get. Nice little pick. Nice little shot. Yeah! White ball. Let's get the same thing down there. 2-on-2. So now we're going to add to this a little bit. Okay, so start again. Are you done practice, Noah? No, yeah, okay, good. Come on out here. Pardon me? Are you hurt? Okay, so you're hurt. You can be done. Not done, but just, yeah, do what you get. Are you going to be doing any more tonight?
I can't do anything with the concept.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. So who are the 4 that are playing here? Okay, so the rest of you are here in the middle. You and your partner? Your partner? All right. So while you're in the middle, there's an odd number, so you got to decide who the partner is. You guys on both sides, you're going to play the 3x3 rules. All right? So you just play. You just keep going, until there's a basket scored. If you score, then we are going to reset because defense goes out and new group comes in on defense. So as soon as there's a basket scored. Here we go. That's it, Neil. Way to get there. Ooh, good shot. Keep going. Good. These guys like shooting threes a lot. It sure would be nice if they made more. Good D, Nick. Good D.
It's pass and pick, pass and pick, pass and pop, pass
Yep.
and slide, and pass and get.
So even on the pop, that would also be a pick.
Okay.
So there's pass and cut.
Pass and cut.
Yeah. And then the pass and pick, you can either do a pick and roll or a pop. Pass and slip.
Yes.
Pass and get. Go get the ball back. Yeah. And those notes that were sent to you, it's in there. It's listed in there. Page 31, I think. What's page 31? Should be a list of a whole bunch of the actions on 31.
So you pass and you cut and you get the ball. So that's the first.
If you're open. And if you're not open, you created a double gap. Now the guy with the ball can get to the rim. Is it on 31? Yeah, it is. Good.
So the one with the handoff, once you hand it off, you're gonna give him a pick again, right?
You can?
Yeah,
You can. You don't have to, but you can. Yeah, 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 for sure. So, who asked that? Was that guy sitting here that asked the question? Oh, yeah. Now I don't know if we answered it or not. So this is an example of going from A phase to C phase, the very same thing. Any passing action doesn't matter. A phase to C phase. So this would be an example of the question that you asked. Just turn it into a C phase drill before D phase. Yeah. Nick, hold that ball. Blue on offense, white on defense. Starting here, starting down here. Blue on offense, white on defense. How's your knee? We're gonna do a mini scrimmage again, which we call D phase. We need one more defender. This time, gentlemen. Nick, do you have a double gap? No. So, no, you don't have to give him one. So if you come down the floor and there's no double gap, don't care. We'll just pass and create a double gap. But you can't get to the rim in a single gap. It's very, very difficult. So as players, we want to recognize that. We're going to have a game to 3. A 3 is worth 2, and any other shot is worth 1. Game to 3. Here we go. Full court, full court. Nice pass. 1-0, 1-0. Two one. Attack the alley, attack the alley. Give him a double gap, give him a double gap. Nice pass. 2-2, 2-2. Boom. It's a foul. You got a free throw, my friend. You can win the game. Scores 2-2. You got this? Come on, get back, get back. That's game. So, gentlemen, I want you to do a debrief with your team, white and blue, but I want you to do your debrief, listen, close to the coaches so they can hear what you have to say. Go ahead. Debrief with your team. Okay, now listen up. Listen up, listen up. Coaches, was that an ABC? Got some A in there, some B in there, some C in there. Now, as our players continue along in the season and we start giving them a toolbox of actions, then before our next scrimmage, we'll do what's called a pre-brief. And a pre-brief is talk about what action you want to do to start. Talk about what action you want to do to start. So it's going to be white ball first. Do it pre-brief. You got 30 seconds in a pre-brief to decide how you want to start. Go ahead. White ball, white team, get together. White team, get together. Pre-brief. White ball, game to 3. Game to 3. Here we go. Nice get. Let's go. Yeah. 2-0. Two. Back. Game 3-2. Once again, so white team, you started a pre-brief. Did you do what you actually said you were going to do? Good. So whichever coaching group you stand beside, tell them what your pre-brief was, and then now do a debrief. Blue, same thing. You didn't really do a pre-brief, unless you did. Okay, good. Let the coaches in on your pre-brief. Partner and the ball. Partner and the ball. Partner and the ball. Yeah, partner and the ball. It's coming through. Missed the beginning though. I didn't know, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Gentlemen, if you have a ball, you're in the right guard position. If you don't have a ball, you're in the right wing. Now we're gonna look at these guys. I know, they need to go to class.
Guard ball, right? No ball wing. Way to figure it out, guys.
There seems to be a discrepancy in the number of people, but whatever. Oh yeah, Nick, okay, good point. Now we're going to add to your action toolbox. And here's another action. If you dribble at your teammate, the moment you know he's dribbling at you, cut to the basket. Give him a one-hand bounce pass, score a layup. Boom. Dribble at to a layup. Here we go. Dribble at, one-hand bounce pass. Yes. Dribble at, layup. Nice layup. Good creativity. I like the creativity. Well done. Good job, big man. Yeah. Ball back here. There, big man. Back in the guard spot, make sure, yeah, right about the white and green is a perfect spot for this. Now when you're being dribbled at, if you want to post up your defender, sometimes you don't want to post up your defender. You want the movement. But if you do want to post up your defender, you're going to dribble at, you're going to go to the post, you're going to get to the wing, and you're going to pass it inside. All right? And you're going to go one-on-one, look to score, dunk, whatever you do. Yeah, that easy. Dribble at, post up, pass inside, score. Here we go. Dribble at. Yes. Beautiful. Yeah. All day, just like that. There it is. Skyhook. Skyhook, skyhook. Nice shimmy shake. Well done. That's on video, eh? Good move.
I'm a big man.
Ball back here. Make sure you have good spacing, gentlemen. Who's up? You're up. You're up. Okay, you're going to dribble at. This time when you post up, you must post up outside the lane. Go ahead. Dribble at. Bring it to the wing. Yeah, and come up a little bit higher. Good. Get outside the lane. You're in the lane. You're in the key. The key. Yeah. The key and lane's often called the same thing. Oh yeah, no, okay, good. Pass inside. Freeze. One of our rules that we implement in our toolbox is pass and cut. So if you pass to a teammate, you can now do what we call a Laker cut. If he's right in the middle, you can cut low or you can cut high, either or. If he posts up low, you cut high. If he posts up high, you cut low. All right? When you make your cut, we like this player to make a creative pass. And I probably shouldn't have said that because some of you are going to get over creative. All right? So, again, you're outside the three. Make your cut one way or the other, going to the rim. Going to the rim. Nice creative pass. All right? So we dribble at, post up, pass inside, Laker cut. Here we go. Here we go, here we go. Dribble at. Post up. Yes. Nice. Dribble at, post up, Laker cut. Bam. Just like that, just like that. Good shot, good shot. 720. You can't get hurt here. You two go again, you two go again. Where's the number one three-point shot come from in a game of basketball? It comes from the corner. Start on the green and white. Dribble at, post up, get to the wing, bring it to the wing, bring it to the wing. Pass inside. Now relocate to the corner, number one spot in the game. Kick it out, nail the three. Again, you guys are making yourselves look bad, not me. So now it's dribble at, instead of a Laker cut, we call it relocate. Just relocate. Relocate to the corner. That's a great spot. Go. Dribble at. Good. Relocate. Beautiful. Bam. Dribble at. Post up. Relocate. Yeah. Good shot. Dribble at. Relocate. Beautiful. Well done. Well done. Dribble at. Relocate. Yeah. Boom. Such an easy game, eh? Bam! Yeah. Good shot, good shot. Boom, good shot, good shot. White team on offense down here. 5 white players on offense. White shirt players on offense. 5 on defense. Keep this basketball. You're currently not in a position. Pick a guard position. Beautiful. Green and white, green and white. Green and white. Yes. Oh, absolutely. So if you want to give them a true, I want you to come up here. I want to teach one more thing here. Come up here. Deny them. This often happens in a game where if you can't make a pass to your teammate, you guys get eye contact, and that's an automatic, I'm gone to the rim. If you can't make that pass, or you do a dribble at. All right, so if you dribble at, that sends them anyways. And I'm sure most of your kids can dunk, all right? So that's a good example on that. So you get eye contact, that sends him if you can't give him the ball. Or you just simply dribble that, okay? Now give him his double gap. Beautiful, all right? Same thing, game to 3, and then I'm going to add something else. Here we go. Good luck. Good shot. Oh, good shot. One zero. Still 1-0. Ooh. Good drive. 1-1. 1-1. Pass and cut, pass and pick. 2-1, 2-1. Nice drive.
Good take.
Very good take.
Oh, we got
2-2. 2-2. Here we go. Attack the alley. Good luck, good luck. Good shot, yeah. Oh, here we go. Speed, speed. Game. Blue on offense. Blue on offense. Now, how many times have we seen a Laker cut in that last scrimmage? None. So here's how we can get that out of our kids. Gentlemen, we're going to have a game to 5. Game to 5. Anytime you do a Laker cut, which is dribble at, post up, Laker cut, it's worth a point. All right? And then every basket's worth a point. All right? So every time you do a Laker cut, it's worth a point. Do a pre-brief. Both teams do a pre-brief. Pre-brief. I want you guys, gentlemen, I want you to do your pre-brief so some coaches can hear you. So, did your pre-brief talk a little bit about some Laker cut stuff? Yeah, okay, good, perfect, good, perfect. Next time you do that, do it so coaches can hear what you're saying. Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. Game to 5. No way. Your coach actually lets you eat before practice is over?
He told us to.
Oh my goodness. He's way too nice. Way too nice. One zero. One. Scores 1-1. Yeah, 2-1. 4-1. 4-1. That's 5. Well done. That's 5. They got 5. They did 3 Laker cuts and a 3-point play. 3 Laker cuts and a 3-point shot. That's 5 points. Game went to 5. Do your debrief close to some coaches, please. White should have a good debrief. Well done. Good Laker cuts. Well done.
Hey, break it in now. Let's go.
27. Gentlemen, partner in the ball, partner in the ball, partner and the ball. Don't give in, Rook, don't give in. Who's your partner?
I got ball though.
If you have listen up, if you have a basketball, left guard. If you don't have a ball, left corner. Nick, you're a distraction now. Sitting there eating, enjoying life.
Looks like Charles Barkley.
Single gap or double gap? If you dribble at your teammate in a double gap, it becomes a dribble handoff. Becomes a dribble. Don't listen to him. In a double gap. If it was a single gap, you cut to the basket. If it's a double gap, the dribble handoff. Go corner, please. And the handoff occurs where the wing position is. It's open. That's where it happens. So your timing is you dribble at, you get the dribble handoff. When you get the dribble handoff, you do what we call attack the elbow. So you're attacking the elbow on your drive. If you turn the corner and he rolls, you're side by side, one guy can guard you. But if you attack the elbow, you might be able to continue to go for your dunk, or you might hit him on a roll. It's up to you. Here we go. Dribble at, dribble handoff, attack the elbow. Beautiful. Yes. He went for the high percentage shot. Gentlemen, listen up. So the dribble handoff, we also call it DHO. We just go by the initials, DHO. Double gap, dribble handoff. Here we go. Dribble at, dribble handoff, attack the elbow. Beautiful. Beautiful. Dribble at, attack the elbow. Nice. Beautiful. Well done. Good layup, good layup, good layup. Beautiful. Yeah. Ball in the left guard. If you don't have the ball, left corner and left wing. We want left corner and left wing. Ball in the left guard. Right in line with the hash line. Beautiful. What do we do if we dribble at in a single gap? Yeah, you cut to the basket. We call this one a combo. It's also referred to by Canada Basketball as a wave action. A wave action is you do multiple actions, one right after the other. So you two are treating it like a single gap dribble at corner. And you two are going to treat it like a double gap dribble handoff at the same time. You don't get it, you're going to exit to the corner. And you guys do the same thing you did before. A wave action. Here we go. Dribble at, cut, dribble handoff, attack. Beautiful. Good shot. Okay, here we go. Both sides. Both sides. Nice pop. Beautiful. Attack. Attack the elbow. Attack the elbow. Attack the elbow. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Okay, hold up. Come back again, come back again. Where's the number one three-point shot in the game come from? Corner. So, when we do this wave action, on that dribble handoff, we still want you to attack the elbow, all right? You cut through, you don't get it, you go to the corner. On your handoff, you pop to this corner. Now, when you drive into the key, you've got 2 3-point shooters in one side or the other. So we've got 2 shooters in the number 1 spot on the floor, but you've got to get into the paint. Here's another statistic from analytics. Analytics will tell you anytime you get the ball in the paint, your team scoring percentage goes up. So I saw a couple of you on that handoff. I saw one guy shoot a 3, all right? So that's low percentage. And started your attack and then kicked it before you got into the paint. Get into the paint. Your scoring percentage goes up. Why? Because help defense starts coming in, and these players have wide open shots. We have a name for that wide open shot. It's called a rob shot on page 21 in that manual. A rob shot is if you're in range, you're open, and you're balanced, shoot the ball. So we always tell our kids, if it's a rob shot, shoot the ball. Okay, we're almost done, gentlemen. Let's finish strong. Here we go, wave action. Combo, combo, combo. Let's go. Combo. Pardon me? A prob shot? Yeah, Mike told me about that. Practice a rob shot. And I said to him, I don't like it. Rob is way better than prob.
I like it because it's like, it's a prop shot. It's not to go in.
Yeah, that might be okay, yeah. I think he used it as, you want to practice rob shot, so it's a prob shot. And for me, it was like, nah, I don't like it. Yeah, I just like the rob. I like the rob shot better, yeah, so that's fine. Yeah.
Range open balance.
Yes.
Practice is the hard work. There's range open balance.
Yeah. And that's why you go prob, exactly. Good luck, good luck.
There he is.
Now, as a coach, you got players in both corners, and only one of them are shooting. So let's get a second ball. Okay, we got 2 basketballs here. One of you just get on the foul line. So you guys are setting this up. So you're going to end up passing to this corner, and then when you attack the paint, you're going to pass to that corner, so that we get shooters on both sides. So get shooters on both sides, and they're both going to shoot instead of one guy not being able to shoot. Let's watch this. Go ahead. Dribble that. Cut to the corner. Keep going, big man. Keep going, big man. Make a good pass. Make a good pass. Come on, guys. Shoot the ball. Rob shot. Boom. Okay, here we go. Couple more. Let's go. Couple more. Dribble that. Beautiful. Attack the elbow. 1 3, 2 threes. Beautiful. Good. Nice. Attack. Beautiful. Kick. Nice shot. And then if you turn it into a bit of a competition, all right, you'll get quicker and better results. Here's the competition. As soon as one side or the other makes both their threes, you win. Go. That doesn't count. Does not count. Done. 5 push-ups. Yeah. Okay, gentlemen in here, I got one more wave action we're going to do. Come on in. Let's have a good finish, all right, for these coaches. Let's have a good finish. I know you guys are getting a little relaxed here, and you've been here a long time. Let's just have a good finish, all right? Okay, ball in the right guard. Let's get one player here in the left guard and one player in the right wing. Just the 3 of you. We call this wave action, 3 players again, a GDP. GDP. And here's what it is. You make your pass, go get it back. Get to the other side of them. So G like our get from before, give it back to them. Now we have a dribble handoff, a DHO. Just wait there. So now you come and do a DHO with your teammate. There's the D part. And just as they're about to do the handoff, you're coming up to set a pick for him. You're going to pop for the 3. And you two execute screen roll, the P, pick and roll. All right, so GDP, pick and roll. Let's do it again. Get, dribble handoff, pick and roll. One right after the other. GDP. Get, dribble handoff, pick and roll. Beautiful. Nice GDP. Nice GDP. Go ahead, on either side. Right ball in the right guard. The other 2 players, right wing, left guard. Here we go. GDP. Good. Good action, good action. All day. Here we go, here we go. Oh my. No, that's a good shot. But what I thought was funny is you told him to back up so you could shoot. So you could shoot. Yeah, yeah. Come on, here we go. Get. Dribble handoff. Dribble. Beautiful. Well done. Well done. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Very nice. All right. We put in a lot of stuff tonight. All right, we're just going to have one more D phase, which is a scrimmage. So you can do a pre-brief. All right, we're going to have a game to 5 again, just 5 baskets. So Laker cuts, whatever, aren't worth a point. But you're going to do your pre-brief in front of some coaches so they can hear you. We've got wave actions. What were our 2 wave actions? What do we call them? GDP and a combo. All right, so you can do a wave action if you want to. You don't have to. And we got a lot of other actions. One more thing, both teams. One more thing, both teams, you get 1 timeout each in this game to 5. 1 timeout each. Go ahead. Here we go. White ball, going that way. White ball, going this way. Game to 5, game to 5. Very nice, very nice, very nice. 1-0. Going to 5, going to 5. One. 2-1. 2-1. Nice double gap. Cut, pick, slip. Execute. 2-1 blue. Pass and cut, pass and pick. Execute actions, execute actions. Good roll, good handoff. Double gap, well done. Ah, well done, well done. Three one. Back the alley. Good. Nice Laker cut. Scores 3-3. Timeout. Scores 3-3. Timeout. Blue, do your timeout in front of the coaches. Three. I think some of the boys are spent. They're getting a little goofy. Oh, tons of three-point shots. Yeah. I have a rule with all my kids: they can't shoot a three unless the ball gets into the paint first. It just cleans that up. Yeah. There's a lot of it here, but whatever. Yeah. And the percentage today hasn't been real high either from there. 3-3, here we go. You made a good pass out though. Stay in the alley. Nice Laker cut. Good Laker cut. Game. So, coaches, I don't know if you noticed or not, but that last drive that came from the corner was a single gap. Ball got stolen. It's hard to get in the rim in a single gap. So even at this level, it's hard for players to recognize that. It's hard for your players to recognize that. But when we drill it over and over, they get it. They get it. In here, guys. In here, in here. So the debrief ABC, I want you to do a debrief on anything we covered tonight. And then coaches, I want you to add to it as well, ABCs. Go ahead, anything. A, what was good? What'd you like? B, why was it good? Yeah, good attacking. Got into the paint lots.
Moved off the ball.
A lot of good movement off the ball.
We caught the ball in the corner. We were balanced and ready to shoot.
Yeah. The last gentleman that drove from the corner over here, who was that? I don't remember who it was. Doesn't matter. I shouldn't point it out. No, you tried to get to the rim in a single gap, and then the defense got a hand on it. So it's right now, right at the very end. All right. Ball was in the corner, single gap. Ball got stolen.
That's still what he's talking about.
No.
No, he's trying to defend himself. He just didn't know he was in the wrong.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah. I'm not trying to beat you up. I'm just trying to make a point that whenever you try to get to the rim in a single gap, it is so tough. But when you do it in a double gap, it just opens up the floor. Anything else from tonight? Coaches, anything from you? Obviously, yeah, you're welcome, yeah. Obviously, your kids aren't at the same level as some of these gentlemen, all right? But the concepts are the same, and we just keep adding, all right? Nick's already cheated a little bit because he had half the pizzas, all right? But that's right, tasted good, didn't it? Yeah, it tasted real good. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You guys were great. Yeah. Pizza time for y'all. What's your chair? What's your chair? Just do your chair.
You got it, Neil? Work? Say with your chest, Neil.
You work on three. 1, 2, 3.
Work. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thanks, chat. Thank you. Thanks. You betcha. Thank you. You bet. You bet. Coaches, with a partner right now, I want you to debrief anything that you saw tonight. Go ahead. Get a partner and debrief anything that you saw. ABC. Oh, it's up to you. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's keep it going, then we have the whole thing.
Yeah, because I'm going to now just leaf through some of these pages and stuff that we didn't cover. I'll cover it with them.
You want a chair?
No. So any comments from yourselves on a debrief sort of way? Anything from yourselves, what you saw tonight, likes, dislikes, what might be a challenge, not a challenge? I liked your question earlier when you said, why don't we go from A phase to C phase to D phase? That wasn't your exact language, but that's the language of Canada basketball. And after that, I continue to go AD just because of time. But it's a great way to go from A, maybe B, then C, then D. Yeah, for sure. You have another question?
Well, we just had an observation that the way I grew up playing was more set plays and a lot
Yes.
more predictable. So
Yep.
it's interesting, kind of seeing, I guess, with the 5-0 or whatever you call it, that each of the players still get their own opportunities in probably their best positions, shooting positions.
Exactly, yeah. So in the old days, we used to always say, set it up. Or we'd say, slow down, set it up. Who was saying it, slow down? Usually the non-athletic kid that couldn't get up the floor. Everyone else wanted to go fast. And that kid's going, slow down. Of course you wanted to slow down. No. So what we're trying to do with our players, speed it up. Let's go faster, faster, faster. Never talked to these gentlemen at all tonight about explode, explore, execute, which we talked about at the beginning, because they already got good speed. They already got good pace. So I just didn't go over that with them. But with your kids, I probably would be one of the first things we do is explain the whole picture of explode, explore, execute. Yeah.
So when you talk about those 6 positions on the outside,
Yeah.
when you're coaching, do they have kind of like, I really want you to start it here? Like the guard maybe, but the rest of the guys, is it free flowing?
Yeah, right now with
Spots do you fill?
yeah, so right now with the style of play, I'm trying to remember the page, it's around 30-ish. Well, there's a little article on Explode Explore on page 25, 26. Our shooting priority, but page 28. Page 28. Yeah, those are the positions. So page 28 talks about the global player, which is a positionless player. And if you notice with these guys, not once did I ever say, you go to the post, you go to the guard, you go to the wing. It's first come, first serve, whoever gets there. So if you're in the corner and you got a shot, take your shot. Yeah, doesn't matter who goes where. And they kind of sort of gravitate anyways to their strengths. Yeah.
So I was just going to build on that. Probably a lot of us don't have a lot of three-point shooters, a lot of key play at the young age.
Yeah.
Like, is there at all any sort of post player at all, even like at a younger age at all anymore?
We have a post presence a little bit, but not a post player. And the post presence is we'll send a post player into the post on a dribble at. If we say to kids, post up whenever you want, you're going to have 2 or 3 kids posting up all the time, and you won't be able to get to the rim. Your number one scoring priority is to get it to the key, get into the paint. And a post player will slow that drive down. Yeah. And if we say you can go to the post anytime you want, a lot of kids are going to pass, go right to the post. Now everything slows down. So we reserve it for the dribble at. Then we'll get to a post player. Yeah. For a post presence, not necessarily a post player. There's some tall kids over there that have some perimeter skills, and that's what we're trying to do for our young kids. We want them to become multi-positional players. Anyone here play the post in high school, when you're in high school? Were you allowed to dribble? Were you allowed to dribble?
No, never.
Yes. Were you allowed to shoot the 3?
No, never.
Can you imagine if you were young and you were allowed to dribble, how good you would be in high school? You'd be way better. And that's part of what we do as coaches in the community level, is we want kids to get better.
The first thing you said earlier, like, our post player is really strong down low. Should get a defensive rebound, and I say just freeze. Like, freeze.
Yeah.
Find one of my 2-point guards.
Yeah.
Dribble the ball. And the first thing you said is just let the ball go. So
Yeah.
I just
So
told her 2 nights ago, don't do that.
yeah.
I'll
So
reverse that.
well, yeah, and you know what though? It's because how old is she?
11.
Can you imagine if that 11-year-old cannot dribble at 11, then she won't be able to dribble at 12, she won't be able to dribble, and she's going to turn out like you someday. I know. That'll be terrible from a dribbling perspective. So we want all these kids to be able to dribble. So if you got this kid who's 11 that can't dribble, then we're going to really try to give her a reminder to say, when you get that rebound, take 1 dribble and make a pass. And when she does it, get all excited. Say, okay, now 2 dribbles. 1, 2, and then make a pass. And then eventually, it's going to happen where that kid's going to dribble from one end to the other, and you're going to get excited. She's going to get excited. It's like, I just dribbled all the way down the court. Yes. Yes, you did. So that's the positionless or global player. Cool. Anything else?
I think that's great because even like a lot of our players will play with us for a season, then they'll go play club, they'll go play summer, and then if you eliminate having like tangible play
Yes.
for them and just give them concepts and ideas, then they can go play on any team and still be
100%. And in hockey in Canada, we do that very well. Kids have excuse me, have the hockey skills, and they know how to play. They know how to play defense. They know how to play center. They know how to play hockey. But in basketball over the years, we often taught skills or plays. So if they go to a different team, what play are you running? This style of play doesn't matter. If you have a single gap or a double gap, or if you pass, you got all these different actions. And so basketball is catching up to hockey in that regard, where we want kids to learn how to play. And I'm from the Calgary area, just outside of Calgary, and we do this same program with our Calgary minor basketball coaches. And so far this year, we've had about 250 coaches come in, and we still have another week to go. So we'll probably get another 20 or 30 more coming in this week. And it's awesome when you go to the gym and watch all these teams and these kids playing, is so many of them are doing the same concept. So even though these guys are college, university guys, what they were doing, would you call that rat ball? I would say no, that's not rat ball, because everything they're doing is within principles. It's within principles. They got a little goofy at times, I will say that, all right? But it's all within principles. And it's the same with our kids. We don't know what pass they're going to do. We don't know if it's going to be a pass. We don't know if it's going to be a dribble at. We don't know if it's going to be a dribble handoff, but it's all part of our action package, our style of play. So it's not rat ball. And if you ever had a coach on the other team say, man, I love the way your kids play. What are your offensive sets? Don't have any. Really? Don't have any. And the highest level of basketball, that's how they play now. It's also called the modern game. The game's changed. The game has changed. Yeah. Anything else? There's a couple more concepts I want to go through that are in the book, and you'll see them in the book. I'll leaf through some of them quickly. Actually, I'll just go through the agenda, and I'll be able to figure that out. So every practice, and it starts on page 7, every practice needs a little TLC. And what we mean by that is teaching, learning, and competition. So we're always teaching something new every day, but sometimes we got to go back and revisit what we'd already taught. That's if aren't good at spacing, then the next practice we're going to spend time on spacing. If your kids can only pass and cut and can't do anything else yet, that's fine. Then we're going to pass and cut. There was a couple times at the end, I don't know if you noticed, there was 3 different players passed and stood still, didn't go anywhere. Didn't go anywhere, all right? So with my players, it would be a reminder, pass and cut, pass and cut. I don't even know their names. I know only 2 names over there, all those guys. Yeah, yes?
Instances like that, how often, like I know most times you probably just let it go and then do your debrief. But
Yeah.
is there a point where you're like, okay, stop,
Yes.
and then remind them,
Yeah.
like, how much do you
That's a good question. How much do you stop to play if things aren't going well? The least amount of times as possible, because when your kids are playing on Saturday or Friday, whichever days you play, you can't stop to play and say, okay, stop, hold it, all right? You go here, you go there. So when we do our scrimmages, we try to stop at the least amount of times as possible and give reminders. On page 21 in your booklet, the Rob shot, remember, is in range, open, and balanced. On the bottom is what we call repping, reminders that are encouraging and praise. And it's set up in there, it's not filled out for you yet, because when we do our coaching clinics in Calgary, we spend time in the classroom and we go over this stuff. And so when they write it down, that's also a learning technique, is when things are written down, they stick up here better. So that's why we get them to write some stuff down. So the Rob shot is in range, open, and balanced. Repping is reminders that are encouraging and offer praise. So therefore, I will give reminders all the time. B1, E2, get in the lane. A couple times kids were dribbling right beside you. I don't know if you heard me screaming or not, but I'm saying, get back in the alley, get in the alley, get in the alley. So it's reminders. If we use the green line to the white line. I would actually bring it out a little bit further, but not as far as the white line here. So we use the green line. But some of those guys were dribbling right beside you. Yes, we were going from this white line to that green line, but right here, yeah, I'd bring it out to about here. Make it a little larger, yeah. Because you have a lot of kids, most of your kids are right-handed, but you have a lot of kids when they start dribbling with their right hand, they go right, and they run into the sideline, now they're out of bounds. All right? So that's another reason to really focus on an alley. Get the ball in the alley, because then they're not going to run out of space. What we also do is when we get rebounds, like that B1, E2 drill we did at the beginning, and we had a third player and a fourth player, and they started in a straight line. We often will tell our players, when you throw it off the board and get that rebound, go to the left side, the left alley, because your kids are right-handed. So they're bringing it down the left alley. If they run into trouble, they can actually bring it over to the other alley and still not be in trouble. So they got more court to work with. More court to work with. So the TLC part, teaching, learning. We have to measure learning. How do we know our kids are learning? One way is to ask them why. Why are we doing this? So if kids understand why, that's a way for us to measure learning. Another way is listen in on their debriefs. Some of you listened in on debriefs and pre-briefs. I'm guessing that they were talking basketball every time, because they will. They'll stay on task when you ask them to do a pre-brief or a debrief. All right. Yes, these kids are college kids, but your kids will do the same. But what's funny, I think, about even some of these college kids, when I say, okay, ball in the left guard and left wing, and guys are on the other side and stuff, it's hilarious, because they're just not paying attention. And the reason is, as coaches, most of the time, we tell our kids what to do, where to go, how to do it. But as soon as we get them to start making decisions, at the beginning, it's a challenge, and then it's not a challenge anymore. Then they start helping each other out, and it gets done real quick. So I do that on purpose. Yeah, just okay, right wing, right guard, go. Yeah, and they mess it up early, but it doesn't take long, they fix it. So once again, coach, if it's super, super ugly, it's like, I can't stand this. Stop. You brought the ball down this white line 4 times in a row. The ball comes down the alley. Okay, ready, go. So sometimes you reset that. But if you stop it all the time, that's not game-like. So we want things to be game-like as often as possible. We teach, we learn, and in competition. We had these kids competed real well, but we added some competition to a couple of the drills. We're measured drills, page 20. When you measure drills, you get better results. So, for example, as soon as when we were doing that combo, when we were doing the combo and then we got shots from the 2 corners, as soon as we said whichever side makes 2 baskets first at the same time wins, boom, they got into it right away. This team won on the very first time. All right, very first time. But it usually takes more than that, so whatever. You could do it again, all right, but it was done, it was over. They were just dying for that other team to do push-ups, so whatever, we did push-ups. So we want to do competition. There's some practice planning stuff in there. 10 feet. I really like page 16 and 17. And that's when we give feedback to kids. When we give feedback to kids. There's a 2-page article there that's really, really cool. It's a really neat article. You'll get some real good pointers out of there for how we give feedback to kids. The nutshell version is feedback 101, is you give feedback on something technical. Could be backspin on the shot, whatever it is. So 101 feedback is something technical. 201 feedback is giving feedback as quick as you possibly can after 101. What's your name, Coach? Amber. So I say to Amber, Amber, you need more backspin on your shot. More backspin on your shot. All right? I just gave her some 101 feedback, something technical. Then instead of looking at everybody's backspin while you're shooting the ball 5, 6, 7 more times, you don't know if I've noticed or if I've given you more feedback on whether or not you fixed the backspin. So I may go to another player to watch something, but out of the corner of my eye, I got to watch you shoot your very next shot. And then I got to see if you got backspin or not. And then 201 feedback is I got to let you know. Amber, great backspin. That's 201. So 101 was you need more backspin. Okay. All right. Now I'm talking to whoever else. I see you're getting ready to shoot. Great backspin. That's 201. Or if it's not enough backspin, Amber, that's better, but we need more backspin than that. Get more backspin and you'll score more. We're back at 101 again. So it's a 201 back to a 101. Now I got to give her 201 again until we get that backspin corrected. 301 is feedback on a decision, on decision making. 301 is feedback on decision making. A rob shot is a decision. Are you open, yes or no? Rob shot. All right? So that's a decision. On page 21, under rob and above repping is a Brad shot. A Brad shot is back rim and down. Back rim and down. So if you next time you go to practice, watch your kids shoot. Most of your kids, if they miss, are going to miss short. Front of the rim, front of the rim, front of the rim, front of the rim. Most of them miss short. So the technical correction is a Brad shot. Aim for the back rim with backspin. Here we are, backspin again. All right, back rim with backspin. And if you hit the back rim or backboard and the ball's spinning backwards, it has a tendency to go down. That's the back rim and down part. So we refer to that as a Brad shot. So that's a technical thing. So even there, a rob shot would be a decision. That's 301 feedback. Brad shot would be something more technical. All right. ABC teaching, we did that. ABC debrief, we did that. Measuring, I just covered that. So your style of play on page 22 and page 23, the Canada basketball style of play first originated out of London Olympics in 2012. Our women were at the Olympics in 2012, hadn't been there since 2000, which was in Sydney. So it was 12 years since they'd been to the Olympics. The last time our men were in the Olympics, also 2000. We have a 22-year drought going on right now with our men's team. So the women's team, they got to the Olympics. All the best teams in the world were shooting the ball about 100 times a game, including free throws. And Canada, we were shooting the ball 80 times a game. We were going, set it up, and we were playing slow. The best teams in the world, they were taking off, explode, explore, getting layups, shooting threes. If your team shoots 20 times more than your opponent, you're going to win because you're shooting way more than them. In London, our coaches thought that was rat ball when you come down the floor. Shot. It's not jacking up a shot. If it's a rob shot, the ball goes up. So they know that, but they didn't know that at the time. Also, out of London, and it's on page, same page, 22, yes, is a shot clock. We all play with 24-second shot clock. I'm assuming your league does as well. All right, the Calgary League does. So 24-second shot clock. The last 6 seconds of the shot clock is referred to as the danger zone. That is the lowest percentage scoring in the game of basketball comes in the danger zone. And it's probably because as the time is running down, players are probably going 10, 9, 8, or the referee is called 10. So you know you got 10 seconds left. And it starts speeding up their minds, and they just throw up low percentage shots. Happens all the time. It's a danger zone. Or someone from the crowd is lying to your kids, and they're going 5, 4 when it's actually 9 or 8. Happens all the time. All right? Happens all the time. So they're getting the false information, but again, it's a countdown. And again, our style of play was slow and use the shot clock. The best teams in the world rarely get called on a 24-second clock because they're playing quick. Explode, explore, then execute. And we're slowing it down and using the shot clock. All right? So those two things alone has an impact on how you coach. Then on page 22, there's 20 things listed there that our national team changed or they added to their game. They weren't even doing double gaps in the London Olympics. Weren't totally aware of that. They were doing pass, cut, fill, and we did some fill tonight here, if you're aware of that. So every time you pass, you cut, the next guy fills. But they were doing it real quick. And remember earlier, I said, give them a 2-second break. So we call that delay. Pass, cut, delay. Just delay for 2 seconds and fill. But in London, we were pass, cut, fill, pass, cut, fill. And the objective was, let's do it as fast as we can. So we're doing it quick, quick, quick. Think about that. So we got 3 players on the floor. All right. I pass, I cut, and the other player fills immediately. What did we just lose? A double gap. It's over. And without a double gap, we can't get to the rim as effectively. And so, again, our national team wasn't aware of that. It's like, we can't get to the rim. Yes, because there's no double gaps. So they started to make sure they added the double gap to the style of play. So we went ranked from like 23rd or whatever, it's 20-something in London to currently we're 4th in the world on the women's side. All right, which is tremendous improvement. So these 20 things on the bottom there on page 22, those are the things that they've implemented, that they put into their style of play. And if you look through that list, you'll see that a lot of them you can do with the kids that you're coaching, All right, and it's all about how to play, not running plays. Scoring priorities. I know I went over that, but on page 29 you'll find that. On page 31, there's a whole list of stuff we do. Notice we didn't spend any time on defense today. All right, it's so hard to teach offense. Like even what these guys did tonight at this level, we would have to do it over and over and over again for them to even get real good at it. All right, they executed it real well, I thought, but there were times where, like we said at the end, pass, stand still. All right, there's still a lot of cleanup that we could do with this group. And I thought they shot a ton of threes tonight as well. So, but they probably enjoyed that because maybe coach doesn't let them shoot threes all the time. But they sure shot a lot tonight. Yeah, all right, so, yeah. But from a coaching perspective, I'm not going to tell kids not to shoot threes, but I never went over it with these guys. Here's what I do with my kids. If I find that they're just past jack and three, I tell my kids, you cannot shoot a three-point shot until the ball has got into the paint first. Now that it gets into the paint, if it gets kicked out, now you can shoot a three. And if we would have done that with these guys, there would have been less threes, but there would have been more open threes, more rob shots. A dribble three-point shot is a way lower percentage than a rob three-point shot. And there was a lot of dribble threes taken tonight. But maybe they do that anyways. I don't know. Not sure. Yes?
Not on the kids, but on competitive Canada basketball, because I can see positionless basketball, there's a lot of threes that were taken. How about if there are players that they're not as good as on the threes? It's
Yeah.
not their strength.
Yeah.
It's not their strength, right?
Yeah.
Like in competitive basketball, especially for Canada basketball, do the coaches allow them to still take threes?
Yeah, so here's...
Or there's, because in those days, you can't. Or there's a limit. You
Yes.
can only take maybe two.
Yeah,
other games,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So in the old days, we used to say you live and die by a three-point shot. If you take a lot of threes, you're not going to win. Now in the modern game, if you don't shoot threes, you're not going to win. I think it was, it could have been the Lakers and Golden State the other day. One of those teams, I don't know which one, I was just looking at the box score, they had a low shooting percentage from three. They took 40 threes. 40. Was it 10 for 40? Yes. And so in the NBA right now, 40 threes is 40 threes in a game is very common, because if you're not going to take the three, you're not going to win anyways. In the London Olympics, I got more to say on that. In the London Olympics, 4 of the 5 players on the floor could shoot the three. In Rio in 2016, all 5 players could shoot the three. Now it's such a huge part of the game is shooting the three. I was at a practice 2 weeks ago with high school boys, U18, high school boys. So we come into practice. I was invited in by the coordinator of that age group, so it wasn't even by the coach. So I come in, and the reason I'm telling you that is so when I came in, I asked the head coach, I said, so what do you want to work on tonight? I have an outline that we're going to work on style of play. So he knows we're going to work on style of play. He goes, I want to work on some mid-range shots. You do realize, right, that's the lowest priority in offense is to take a mid-range shot. It's the lowest priority. He goes, I know, but we're not very good at it. I said, okay, but you don't have to be good at it because it's a mid-range shot. It's a low priority shot. A three-point shot is a much higher priority. He said, my guys can't shoot threes. I said, can't shoot threes? They're high school players. And he goes, well, yeah, but they're not very good. I said, that's because you're not letting them be very good. So here I am, a guest coach. I'm arguing with the coach before we even started. I'm going, oh, my. Yeah, so I said, I'll tell you what. We're going to do some drills, and we're going to take some mid-range shots, but then we're also going to do some three-point shots. So a couple of those drills we did tonight where we pass it to the corner, I made, first of all, made it a mid-range shot to satisfy the coach. So here's a mid-range shot. And then we went into the three-point shot. And then we did some D phases where we went to scrimmage. And then we'd teach something else, and then we'd scrimmage. Without a word of a lie, as the evening went on, those kids started nailing threes. When I taught them what a rob shot was, when we said you have to get into the paint and then the ball comes out, then you can shoot a three, they shot all sorts of threes. And afterwards, the coach comes up to me and he goes, I had no idea my kids could shoot threes that well. I said, that's because you don't let them. Let them shoot threes. So I don't know if that answers your question or not, but young kids, if it's a rob shot, shoot it. Shoot it. Are they going to make it? Not very often. So if you as a coach say you're not going to make it very often, so don't shoot it. Then next year they're not going to shoot it. Then next year they're not going to shoot it. And they're going to end up like you someday, where you go to high school and you don't shoot any threes. Why? Well, because I'm a post player. What's that got to do with shooting a three? Being a post player doesn't mean you can't shoot a three. But as coaches, that's the way we taught the game for many, many years. I look at those tall players here today. They were shooting threes. So we look at these tall players, and technically they're closer to the basket than the little people. All right? When I was a guard when I played, the little people are allowed to shoot threes. Why can't someone closer to the basket shoot a three? And technically, they're all bigger and stronger than I am, so it should be easier for them to shoot a three. So that's one of our jobs as coaches, is to try and get these kids shooting early so they become better players. Yeah.
Coach, question. When your players shooting threes, right, you're forcing them to shoot threes. But if it's compromising their form, like because sometimes it's too far, right?
Yeah.
So they get the ball's coming from here, they're throwing it from here.
Yeah.
If it's compromising, you still can tell them to.
Yes and no, but if they're catching it down here, then we go into a pass. It's not in any of this materials, but
What I mean is like sometimes they go like chicken wings or
I know.
because it's far
They're
from
still
them.
kids.
Yeah, they're still kids. So it does change. Yeah, so what we do is we teach how they should load the shot. And again, the shot comes from the legs. That's where it's very important. We used to teach in the old days, never dip before you shoot, but our muscles are like elastics. And when you load an elastic and let it go, that's when it's most efficient. Our muscles are the same. And if you were to Google or look up elasticity of muscles, it says you must load a muscle before you unload the muscle. So now that dip's important. Watch all the best shooters in the world, and they have a little dip now before they shoot. So for those young kids, when their form is compromised, get them to dip and shoot with the legs. And also we shoot on the way up. When Michael was the best scorer in the world, Michael Jordan, I had a guy last night in the coaching clinic said, Michael, who's Michael? I went, no, you cannot ask who Michael is. And then he goes, Michael Jordan? I said, yeah, Michael Jordan. You don't have to call him by his last name, just Michael. There's only one Michael. Yeah. But when Michael was the best scorer in the world, everyone was shooting at the apex of their jump. So they would jump up and shoot it at the top of the jump. That's how Michael did it, so that must be the best way to shoot. Now Steph Curry comes along, he shoots it when he's just a little bit off the floor, and as he releases the ball, he's still going up, and he comes back down. So teach your kids now, when they shoot, dip, shoot on the way up, and they're going to have better range, and they're going to have better form sooner. So some of the kids are hanging on to it too long, all right? Or they're just jacking it with the arms. No, load, unload the muscles. And we used to teach, have your muscles loaded. So when you catch, all you have to do is go up. That's counterintuitive to elasticity of muscle movement, which is if you want to unload, you've got to load first. So you don't want to already be down here to catch and shoot. You want to be up a little bit so that you go down and up. Your muscles are more efficient that way, way more efficient. And that goes beyond what any of these materials are, but it's for your coaching toolbox. Anything else on that? A lot of the materials that are in this book, I think are real good. When you get a chance to read through it, if you have any questions, my email's on that one form that you got this evening. Send me an email, send Reagan an email. We can answer any of the questions that you have. And this whole style of play approach to coaching basketball is about getting kids to play with a set of rules as part of it, but it's how to play. And the rules are just given actions in the toolbox. We explode with speed, and away we go. All right, we explore who's open. We'll take early shots, and that's not there. We execute. What do we execute? Actions. So when we pass, we went through 4 passing actions. We went through 2 or 3, maybe, dribble at actions. We put in a couple wave actions. For your kids, those wave actions are complicated. GDP, I wouldn't do it, all right, unless you got older kids. Older kids meaning maybe U15s, but definitely high school kids can do a GDP. But younger than that, they can combo. If you've taught, like they're kicking us out, all right? If you've taught them the dribble at in a single gap, and you've taught them the dribble at, which it means cut, and you've taught them the dribble at in a double gap, which means we're going to do a dribble handoff, you can easily teach the combo. Easily teach the combo, because 2 of those are happening at the same time. That would be, I would recommend that be your first wave action. Multiple actions. Yeah. You're going to have some kids, if you've taught both a dribble at, and you've taught in a single gap, and you've taught the dribble at in a double gap, you're still going to have some kids in a single gap come for the handoff, because they want the ball. We just got to remind them. Yeah, Just, that was a single gap. What do you do in a single gap? Yeah, that's right. Good for you. Yeah, they'll get it. Takes time. Takes time. I thought these university kids did a real good job tonight. Yeah. And I'm thinking, I could be wrong, but I'm thinking for some of you, it's like, my kids can't execute like that. No, they can't. So that's the whole loading and unloading. You just do it to the level that your kids are at. Cool. Anything else?
You didn't necessarily talk about the sweet spot and holding.
So the sweet spot, let me go over the holding spot. So the sweet spot is if you don't get the ball on a cut, get your head under the basket. Under the basket is the sweet spot. Touch the sweet spot and exit. And I noticed what some of these kids did is they got to the sweet spot and it kind of opened up and then they exited. For your kids, they don't have to stop under there. Just make sure that they get under the basket and exit to the corner. Because if they don't, imagine, so we're going to this basket, all right? So imagine if I did this. That's how it works. So imagine going to that basket. I pass and I cut here. Where's the defense? Kid can't get to the rim. Can't get to the rim because the defense is there. You're going to have a lot of your kids do this. They're going to pass, they're going to cut, not get the ball, and come right back where they started from. All right? They never left. We're still in the single gap. We can't get to the rim. So that's where we bring in sweet spot. We go pass, cut, sweet spot, exit to the corner. Now, on your way to the corner, if that position is filled, stop in the holding spot. So I'm exiting to the corner, but someone's in the corner, stop in the holding spot. That's why it's there. The other reason why it's there is you got some kids that can't shoot threes. Rather than looking at that kid saying, you can't shoot a three, just say, you know what, stop in the holding spot. That's a really good shot for you. Stop in the holding spot, and what a great rebounding position, which is true. So it's a little shorter shot for some kids, and it's a great rebounding position. So the holding spot also has that advantage to it. Never taught it with these guys, didn't have to. Yeah, it's a great rebounding spot. But when your kids get better, if you got real young kids, I wouldn't worry about the holding spot. It comes later. Yeah, just keep reminding them, get to the corner, get to the corner. I can't. Got kids that can't shoot three, then you might want to introduce. Okay, here's a holding spot. So all this is decision. Kids make decisions. So now when you cut, touch the sweet spot. That's not a decision. That's a requirement. Touch the sweet spot. Now you can either go to the holding spot or the corner. You just gave them a decision. When you pass the ball, you have choices. Whatever you decide. I don't care what it is. But one of them is not standing still. That happened a couple times at the end there. Yeah. Cool. Hangouts? I know we advertised 6 to 9, but I'm not going to fill from now till 9 just to fill from now till 9. I think we covered a lot of stuff with kids that were on the court.
General question, obviously, for young kids, off the ball, right?
Yeah.
Because you're doing a lot of it's on the ball focus.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on kind of off the ball, right? If you're passing, kind of you're moving towards this direction, you still have two people on the back side.
Yeah. Again, if they wait their 2 seconds, they can fill. Plus, let's get to 5 of you on the court here. Any 5. Pick any one of those 5 positions that we were doing. Pick any one of those 5, doesn't matter which. I'm going to show you an advanced skill, and then I'm going to just show you something like we can do. Do we have a ball here? Grab one ball, please. So one of the programs that we use, remember, there's Canada Basketball, there's Read and React, and Point Guard College. Here's what Read and React does, all right? If you, don't do it yet, but if you dribble at him, he cuts, right? Or if you penetrate with your right hand coming down the right side, all right? So you penetrate on the right, you circle, you go to your right, all right? You guys come to your right, go to your right, go to your right. You've got to go right through to the other side, and you're going to do what we call a bounce back dribble. You're going to bounce back now to the wing, stay in the guard. Bounce, keep your dribble alive, bounce back to the wing. Just go to the wing, dribble to the wing, yep. Okay, that's corner, get up to the wing. Yeah, beautiful. And the wing is in line with this hash line right outside. Beautiful. Keep your dribble going. Now, with your left hand, dribble at this person. When you're dribbled at, you cut to the basket. Sweet spot, keep dribbling. Sweet spot, exit to a corner. Now dribble with your left hand to the basket. She's going left, you guys go left. Go left. Go left, which means come all the way through. If he's open, now bounce back to the other guard and fill. This is one way. No, she's there. She's there. You got to, all right? Good. Bounce back to there. Get to the wing in line with the hash line. Beautiful. Dribble at. Fill. Keep coming. Dribble at. You cut to the basket. You don't get it. Sweet spot. Exit to the corner. Keep filling up to the guard spot. All right? Now dribble with your left hand to the basket. He goes left. You guys come left. Now pop out to the corner. Beautiful. Dribble at that player with your right hand. She's going right. You cut. That's a dribble at. Sweet spot. Stay in the corner, coach. Stay in the corner. Go to the corner. Oh, someone's there. Stop in the holding spot. Yes, you can do that, or go to the holding spot. So this is how everyone sort of keeps moving. In the Read and React program, it's called Circle Movement. I got a couple good videos I can send you on that, so send me an email. So circle movement is anytime there's penetration. If she penetrates left, which means trying to get to the key. If she goes left, everyone goes left. If she goes right, everyone goes right. That's one thing. Here's the other one. Start again in the 5 positions. Any 5 positions. Let's get the ball up top. Stay on the wing. Here's your double gap. So here's an advanced skill. You wouldn't do this with little kids, but it's an advanced skill called a hammer screen. So here's your double gap. So you're going to penetrate in the double gap. Freeze. So in our Read and React, if you go left, everyone else goes left. All right? But we don't always do that. Because personally, where's the #1 3-point shot in the game come from? The corner. So I don't want this kid to leave the corner. However, a lot of times when this player leaves, they're open for a layup. But here's what we do, it's called a hammer screen. So if I'm guarding here, you're going to come up and set a screen, and you're driving, and you go to the corner, and you kick it to the corner for a 3-point shot. So you got 3 on one side, all right? And on the back side, whenever there's penetration, we have a hammer screen. Ball in the corner. Go back to where you guys were. Okay, that's good there. That's good there. If you were to drive baseline, as he's driving baseline, hammer screen. Screens for you. You go to the corner, pop it to the corner. Beautiful for a 3-point shot. That's an advanced skill, the hammer screen on the back. If your kids are good enough, do it. Do it. Otherwise, it's that circle movement, which is also referred to as penetration principles. Yeah, cool. I've got a couple good videos on that. Send me an email and I'll send them to you. A couple links. Anything else? Yeah, so will this be available, Reagan?
This video?
Yeah. You can put it on Game Plan, or how you can do it? Send a link?
Once I get, what I can do is fancy it up a little bit, and I'll create a private link just for you guys to put on YouTube.
Thanks, Coach.
And you'll send them a link or an email or whatever? Okay, good. Yeah, good. Yeah, so you'll get it later. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Cool. Anything else? I could do this all night, but I know it takes time for some of you guys. Exactly. My email's on that one sheet that we gave out. Did you get it? There's a whole whack of them somewhere. There's a whole pile of them. Yeah. That was for people to take notes. It's on every page. I do. I do it all the time. I do it all the time. And you know what? It's made a great difference for how kids play.
It's an eye-opener.
Oh, it is an eye-opener. It's a different way to play. Yes. Yes, we do. Yeah, exactly. So I'm Mark,
Yeah,
and then Reagan is the guy that's videotaping over there. Yes, yeah, he's the one who'll send it out. Yeah. All right.
I will go to this one anytime.
Oh, good, good. Thank you.
Are you coming back?
Yeah, I am. I'm based out of Calgary.
Are you coming back?
I already said to Reagan, I said, once we do it here, let's get some feedback from the coaches, and we can do another one. Yeah, exactly. So he's going to follow that up. Yeah.
A different way of
Because I would like to do the class.